Okay, now I know that I'm on trial, right? But I'm also my own attorney representing myself pro se, right? So I have questions, right? I'm saying in order for me to be on trial in this manner in the court of public opinion, I had to get out of the kangaroo court that caused Jesus of Nazareth of Galilee to have to come back from the grave. So if I'm now trying to educate my people after I came out of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, as well as out of the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida, then how can I become an ordained minister, right, without giving my testimony? See, I'm saying, why would I be able to tell Jesus of Nazareth of Galilee's story as Jesus Christ, but I won't be able to tell my story as Reverend Tommy Chancey Council Sr.? See, why, if I become a reverend, my story no longer is a story worth telling, right? So if you throw me out of court, right, then what is your spiritual inflation, right? Now let's look up inflation, for which is more commonly known as an act of inflating. See what I'm saying? So if the judges in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida throw me out of court on August 12, 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, did not those judges cause illegal inflation? Now let's look at it. For which is defined as to swell or distend with air or gas, right? Now, wouldn't that now make history full of gas and air, which is the two elements to create an explosion, right? So inflation now, in the historical sense, is no longer monetary, right? Because we have been told from historians that if we do not know our history, we're doomed to repeat it. So why would people for whom have been taught that understanding now think that I am the one that has caused history's inflation to be that of a bomb? Now check it, I'm going to show you now, right? It says, and then it says, which is further defined as distension, for which is defined as the act of distending, right? For which is defined as to enlarge, expand, or stretch out as from internal pressure. Now, I agree that I am the eternal pressure, right? But I'm saying, who caused me to have to apply legal pressure to the history of the world, right? Because now they put illusional pressure on me. Now that pressure didn't become eternal because I rejected it. See, I was in court, and because I was living my life, I had a testimony to refute their criminal allegations. See, because understand, I sued Bill Hurd Chevrolet. I sued the United States Postal Service, right? But the United States Postal Service then sent me 0 checks, right? Right there, that's retaliation. Now, if I would have retaliated ignorantly, then they would have let me go to court, right? But then I would have been on trial for my ignorant retaliation to ignorance. See what I'm saying? So that's when they wouldn't have barred me from the courts like my brother-in-law was saying. See, that's when they would have been scouring the land looking for me to take me to court so they can look like they doing the right thing. That's why I was telling my brother-in-law what they're doing is defined by them as the color of law. See, but this is what I'm saying. Like, how can I defeat the devil in the court of law if I don't know the language of the devil, right? So when Jesus was in the temple, he knew the Torah, because we know he knew the Torah when he told the rich man about his fate. See, now, if the Bible is talking about Jesus dealing with the rich man, and now you see me judging the rich man Jesus was talking about, why you can't see that the rich man's inflation, now let's see, for which is defined as to enlarge, expand, or stretch out as from internal pressure, is why the rich man can't get through the eye of a needle. Okay, now, once the rich man took all of my wealth, right, my monetary wealth, then I was able to shrink, see, because my love for my commodities, right, which is my wife, my daughter, my son, my grandmama, my cousins, see what I'm saying, my friends, those to me was commodities. So why would I then not protect my commodities with my oath, right? Now, if the country gave me an oath to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and now this domestic enemy has come into my kingdom, right? Well, why wouldn't I use the weapon that was given to me by my Jesus, right, for whom was Dr. Martin Luther King? See, he was the one that was crucified through assassination on the Lorraine Motel balcony in Memphis, Tennessee. So what's the difference between an assassination and a crucifixion other than the era? See, Jesus was assassinated by crucifixion. And Dr. Martin Luther King, Minister Malcolm X, Mr. Medgar Evers, Mr. Fred Hampton, and all other martyrs for whom was assassinated by either a gun, a rope, or see, is it how you die or why you die, right? If a man is murdered for loving generations, then the man is martyred for his love for generations. See, the devil does not kill selfish people. He arrests those selfish people because he still can use their selfishness. See what I'm saying? But see, when you love the masses, then the devil loses control, because love is something he can't defeat. Confusion is what he desires. That's why he's the author of confusion. And that's why you are now living in spiritual inflation. That's why you can't get through the eye of this spiritual needle, because you can't follow your father into the judgment hall, because you the reason why the judgment hall is a kangaroo court.